Hey guys, this is Christian Chat number 12, and it is Sunday. I'm actually doing it on the right day today. Yesterday in my WordPress blog, which is joananner316.wordpress.com, which will be in the description, I did a study of love, part 5, and this is the final part in our study of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And the very last verse is very simple, and it simply states that love never fails. We actually take a really in-depth look into the word fails and what it actually means. And so I'm not going to get into that. If you want to know more about that, you can read the article. But we've learned so much about love, that it's patient, that it's kind, it makes yourself useful, that it doesn't look toward yourself, and instead of thinking selfishly, you seek after Christ, and it puts God first, and it doesn't think on evil things, and it really just shows people love, and it's very, very important. And I feel like in today's society, we need to show people love, a lot more than what we do. And, for example, a lot of people these days, it's a lot of hate, it's a lot of judgmentalness, it's a lot of, not just with Christians doing it to other people, but other people doing it back to Christians because they feel like we're judgmental and stuff like that. And it's a huge problem in our society, and people get so easily offended, and which is another thing, it doesn't get easily provoked. And the word provoked in that verse actually means to sharpen, and so it has to pertain to your anger. And so you don't let people sharpen your rough edges. You don't let people, things get to you, which we're human, and I get that we all, make mistakes. So there are a lot of people out there that can push my buttons too. But my point is that if more people showed other people love and didn't, condemn people so much for their sin, and instead, which Jesus, he preached on sin, and he, said, go and sin no more. But instead of judging people for their sin, people sin because there's an inner pain inside, and there's an inner something that they're going through. And so if we tried to address those other issues more often, I think that people would be shown love. We try to be their friend first and try to lead them to Christ and focus on God's love. And, yes, we tell them that they are sinning, and we don't condone their actions or our own actions, but we help them try to overcome that sin, but we are their friend, and we don't hate them or judge them simply because they are sinning, because we sin too, and you don't compare yourself to make other people seem like you're better than they are because they're sinning worse than you. No, you're going to go to hell and all this stuff. And it's very condescending, and it's very harsh with people when you talk like that. And that is not going to lead them to Christ. And in fact, it does the opposite. And I'm not saying we should condone their sin, but we can simply be their friend and be there for them through their sin as they try to overcome whatever it is that they're going through. And who knows, maybe one day you might need somebody else's help in overcoming your sin. And Christ died for not just you and me, but he died for everybody. He died for the non-Christians, and he died for the person over there that does not believe in him too. Whether they believe in him or not, he still died for their sin. And I think that we need to be a little bit more friendly and show people God's love and what he really means. And by doing that, we will draw them to Christ, because it's God's love that attracts us and that helps us understand what he did for us on the cross, and by saving us, and that unconditional love. And people need to know about God's unconditional love, but how can they know about his unconditional love if we judge them and make them, throw a Bible in their face and condemn them to hell? Because that God came to save them, and that's the important thing that they need to know. And but I didn't mean to go on a tangent or a rant here. It's important that we show love to other people and try to display true love. And now that we've been through a study of love in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, especially verses 4 through 8 in depth over the past 5 weeks, we can start to display that love better in our lives toward, the people that are closest to us, and thus in other people as we interact with them in our everyday lives. So be sure to subscribe. I've got Movie Mondays, which is where I post a new fan video, Wattpad Wednesdays, which I give Wattpad or writing advice, Fun Fridays and Saturday songs. Those are both not consistent. Those are just as I'm inspired for it. And then, of course, Christian Chats on Sunday. This is Christian Chat number 12, and we'll be starting on a new topic next week, and I'm really excited. But be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching. God bless.